Hi students, welcome back to today's class. Now we are going to see the next topic in lists. Okay, so traversing a list. What is meant by traversing? So visiting each element on the list to display them on the screen is known as traversing. Okay, so visiting each element in the list. This can be done in many ways. Let us see one by one. So using a while loop and for loop, we can go through each element in the list. So first we will see how to use while loop. So first we need to initialize the index value of the list. So I is equal to 0 from starting location. We need to start visiting the element so that I is assigned as 0 while I less than 4. Why they have given 4 means L1 is having totally 4 elements. Okay, so that they have given L1 is less than 4. 0, 1, 2, 3. So totally 4 elements are there. So up to third index it will be going. So 0 from 0th value to third value, third index. Okay, 0th index to third index. So totally how many number of elements? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. So that based on the index, we have assigned as I less than 4. Okay, less than 4 means up to 3 it will go. So print L1 of I. So L1 is the first list. Okay. So 1, 2, 5, 4 will get printed. So if you want to get print all the elements properly, you need to give increment. Okay. Increment of I. Okay. So I is equal to I plus 1 or I plus is equal to 1. Both are same only. I is equal to I plus 1 and I plus is equal to 1. Both will be doing the same work only. So in while loop, first we need to initialize the condition variable. Which variable we have used now here? Looping variable. That variable we need to initialize first. And then we need to check the condition. After that colon, print L1 of I, comma. Okay. Comma, why we want to give here means in order to print all the numbers in the same line. Otherwise everything will get printed one after other. 1, 2, 5, 4 like that. One after other it will get printed. To avoid that only we are giving comma here. Understood? So next I plus is equal to 1. So after printing the first index value element, what is the L1's first element? First index element 1. And second index element is when I is getting incremented, I will become I plus 1. Now it will go and check here. So 1 is less than 4, condition true. So L1 of 1 will get printed, that is 2. Now I will become, after printing L1 of 1, that is 2, then I will become incremented. So I will become what? I plus that is 1 plus 1 2. So 2 is less than 4, condition true. So L1 of 2 is having 5. Now I will get incremented. So 2 plus 1 3. So 3 is less than 4. L1 of 3 is 4. Now 3 plus 1 4. 4 is not less than 4. Total list of elements in the L1 is, total number of elements in the L1 is only 4 only, so that we have given condition less than 4. So now you have clear with how we are traversing the elements using the while loop. Now same L1 is going to be traversed with the help of the for loop. For I in L1, that means here no need to initialize I is equal to 0, I plus I plus is equal to 1 and all, we no need to give. Automatically it will be do on its own. Okay. So for I in L1, so up to end of the element it will go print I comma. So it will be producing the same output only. Now I is equal to 0, another method, same while loop, but here we didn't mention the number of elements. If you know the number of elements properly, we can give 4, 5 like that. So if you don't know the list, how much number of elements the list is having, just we can give like this, len of L1. Okay, len of L1. That means the length of L1 will be, even if it is having 10 elements, it will go up to 10. So print L1 of I, comma, I plus is equal to 1. Next way is, I is equal to 1, 0. So both will be producing the same first output, what output we got, no? Same output only, everything will print, okay? So I is equal to 0. L is equal to, so instead of giving ln of L1 in this while condition, we can assign separately like this, and then that L can be checked here. Like that also we can do, okay? Everything will give the same output only, 1, 2, 5, 4. Here len function is used to get the length of the list L1. As length of L1 is 4, it will take, so not I will take, it will take value from 0 to 3. Next method is for I in range len of L1. So for I in L1 we have given in one example. Instead we can do like this also for I in range. So range function, if you are using compulsorily, you need to pass the size. Okay. So len of L1 you are passing here, then print L1 of I comma. Okay. So using second way for traversal will only allow us to print the list. but the other ways can also be used to write or update the elements of the list. So this second way is used to print only the list. We cannot do any updations. But here in this method, if you are displaying traversing the elements, we can do updations also. So that is the difference. Okay. So in fourth way, that is in fourth place, no, the range function is used to generate indices from 0 to length minus 1. With each iteration, I gets the index of next element and values of list are printed here. So for loop in empty list is never executed. So if you have any empty list, for loop we cannot use it. Okay. For I in empty list, print I, it won't be executed. Okay. Now I is equal to 1, I less than len of L1, print L1 of minus I. Okay. In this case, I plus is equal to 1. In this case, Python will add the length of the list to index. So length of the list for will be added with index. So index is what? Minus I, that is minus 1. Okay, so 4 minus 1 3, it will be going from reverse. Okay, so on return the index and access the desired element. In this loop, execution for a positive value of I, L1 of minus I will result into L1 of len of L1 minus I, that is for I is equal to 1. L1 of 4 minus 1 will be printed, that is L1 of 3 will get printed. So the resultant of the loop will be 4 5 2, that is reversely the values will get printed if you are giving L1 of minus I. Okay, so this is the process will be taken place in order to find out the index properly. So minus I means what? Minus 1. So minus 1 will be added with this length. So 4 minus 1 will be 3. So 3, L1 of 3 is having fourth element. So like that, this loop will get executed. Next, appending in the list. Appending means adding at the end. Okay, appending a list is adding more elements at the end of the list. So here you need to notice at the end of the list only we can do appending. Okay, we can add the elements, more elements at the end of the list. But in append function, we can add only one element at a time. Okay, instead we can go for, if you want to add n number of elements, okay, you can go for extend. Okay, so append a list is adding more element at the end of the list. To add a new elements at the end of the list, Python provides a method append. Method means function. So append function is going to be used for appending in the list. So what is the syntax for appending in the list? List dot append of item. Append of item you need to give. So which item you are appending? So for L1, I'm going to append 70. So 1 to 5 4 after 70 is going to be added. So this will add 70 to the list at the end. So now 70 will be fifth element of the list L1, as it is already having 4 elements. L1 is having already 4 elements. So after that, as a fifth element, this 70 is going to be added. So if you print L1 after doing appending, so dot L1 dot append of 70 you need to give. So this is the format. So next is example L4 dot append of 30. So L4 we have elements like ABC 10, 20. So now 30 is going to be added at the end of the list. So using append, only one element at a time can be added. This I already told. Only one element at a time can be added. For adding more than one element, extend method or extend function can be used. This can also be used to add elements of another list to the existing one. Okay, so one another list we can assign to another list. So from the other list we can create, we can add the elements to the already existing list. Okay, so A is equal to 190, 80, 50. L1 dot extend of A means from A, whatever elements we have here in the A, this list is going to be added as the end of elements in L1. So L1 is already having up to 70, no? As per the last result, 1 to 5 4 70 is the latest L1 elements. Okay, so along with this also going to be added. That is the use of extend. So from another list we can extend the existing list. L1 dot extend of A. So A is going to be extended with L1. This is the, at the end of the list only, these elements are going to be added. This A is going to be added. List A is going to be added at the end of the L1 only. Only if you are printing A alone, that A alone will get printed, because A is not changed. Only L1 got changed due to this extend method. Okay. Now B is equal to this and C is equal to this elements. Okay. B dot extend of C. That means B is going to be extended by C. That means 2009, 11, ABC after XYZ, PQR, M1 will be there in the B. So if you are printing B, B will be having the new list of elements, but C will be same and A will be same. See, remember A remains unchanged and B is like this. Next is updating array elements. How we can update. Updating an element of the list is accomplished by accessing the element and modifying its value in its place. So we need to access the element by using this index values, and it is possible to modify a single element or a part of a list. So single element also we can modify, or some list of part of a list also we can modify. For that, every different functions we are having that we will see. Okay, so for the first type, that is to modify a single element, we use index to access a single element, and for second type, list slides is going to be used. List slides we will use 1:4, L1 of 1:4 or 1:2, like that we can use list slides to change the part of a list. So we have seen examples of updations of an element of the list. Let's update a slice. Okay, so we have seen how to update one single element already, we have seen in some places. So now we will see how to update the slice of a list or part of a list. So 1:2, L1 of 1:2. So 1:2 means only first element only, no, that is one element only, no. 2 minus 1 is what? L1 of 1. So L1 of 1 is having, see, L1 of, 1:2, it will be giving the elements 10, 20 need to be updated in this place. That is the meaning of this statement. Okay. So 10, 20 is going to be updated in first location. That is 1 after 2, then 5, 4. So instead of 2 and 5, this 10 and 20 is going to be replaced here. Okay, that is changed, updated. Okay, so this is the L1's new list of elements. Okay, so in the place of 1, okay, L1 of 1:2 means what? 1:2. So 1 and 1 allocation, we are updating the element 10, 20. So 10, 20 is going to be changed in this place. Now A of 1:4. So here 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. This 1, 2, 3 alone will get changed as 100. So these three elements are going to be replaced by 100 alone. Okay. So only single 100 will be placed here. This way we can update two updations by using a slicing. Okay. Slicing, that is a part of a list is going to be updated by the new element. Okay. So 1:4 means up to from where it will start. It will start from first index. 1 means first index. So 10 will be left as it is. So 1 will be first index. From first index to up to 4. 4 means up to 3 it will be going. 4 minus 1, up to 3 it will go. So 1, 2, 3. These three elements are replaced by 100. So this is the output after updation. Okay. As lists or sequences, they support many operations of strings. So in strings, on strings, we have performed this plus operator and star operator for concatenation and repetition of lists. Okay, in a repetition of strings. Okay, the same manner list also we can, in list also we can do it. Okay, because list is like a string, it is also sequences only. Okay, so as lists are sequences, they support many operations of strings. For example, operator plus and star results in concatenation. That is, plus will be resulting in concatenation, joining two lists, and repetition of list means that star is going to be used. The same list is going to be duplicated again. That is only known as repetition. Okay, one more copy we will get it, or duplication of the same list we will get it by the star operator. Okay, so use of these operators generate a new list also. So now we will see how L1 and L2 got added. Okay, concatenated or joined together. Okay, so list 1, list 2, it is assigned to list A. So now it will produce the third list A containing the elements from list 1 and list 2. So A will contain, these elements will be printed as a result of this L1 plus L2. Now example, instead of L1 plus L2, we can join like this also. Within square bracket 1, 2, 3, and within another square bracket 4, 5, 6. Both are two lists and it is going to be added. So this is the result. Okay. Now repetition. Repetition will use multiplication operator. Okay. So L1 star 2 will be assigned to B. So L1, whatever elements we have in L1, that will be replicated 2 times. in the same list. Okay, so only one square bracket and another square bracket will be closed here. Extra one square bracket they have given, that is wrong. Okay, so only one square bracket for opening and closing also. So if you are printing the 110 up to 50 is there, no, same thing like 110, 24, 70, 100, 90, 80, 50, same number of elements and same elements without it changing its order, everything is printed as the another copy. So it is called a repetition. So if you multiply by 2, 2 copies you got. If you multiply by 3, L1 will be like a 3 copies. Okay. Now another example. Inside the list we have the string hi. It is multiplied by 3. So you are having hi so it's going to be repeated for how many times? 3 times. So this is known as repetition of list. Okay. So with the help of star operator we can repeat the list elements. So it is important to know that plus operator in list accept the same type of sequence on both the sides, otherwise you will get a type error. So plus will be performing on 2 list of elements only. It will not perform list and string. Okay, you need to convert if you are performing plus on string and list. Either you need to convert string into list or else list into string. Otherwise plus cannot be work done. Okay, if you want to, otherwise it will be showing a type error, data type error. So if you want to concatenate a list and a string, either you have to convert the list to string or string to list. Okay, see string of 11 comma 12 plus 34. Okay, so here 34 or else we can give the double quotes inside the double quotes string. So this is actually list. 11 comma 12 is list, that is converted using string function. String type conversion operation is there, no, type conversion function. So with the help of that string function, this is converted to string and then addition can be performed. Or else we can write within single quote, within double quotes we can write this list, and now this is treated as string only. After if it is written in double quotes, it is considered to be string only. So string plus string we can do it. So it will be giving the result like this. Otherwise this 34 need to be converted as list. Okay, so if you are converting 34 as a list, how it will be converted? Like 3 separately and 4 separately is given, and if you get the answer 11 comma 12, already it was list, and 3 4 and 4 will be separated like this. 3 will be string and 4 will be string inside the list. Okay, now next process is deleting elements. Okay, it is possible to delete or remove elements from the list. There are many ways of doing so. So if index is known, so if we know the index value, that is address or reference of the list element, if we are knowing earlier, we can use the pop or delete del function. Okay, so if the element is known, if you know the element instead of index, okay, if you don't know the index value, you need to use remove function. Okay, so to remove more than one element, again delete is going to be used with the list slice. Okay, delete, inside the delete del we can use slice. Okay, slice means what? Starting location colon ending location we need to give if you want to remove more than one element from the list. And we can use assignment operator also in order to delete. Okay, now we will see one by one the methods what we are going to use for deleting. Okay, so first one is pop function or pop method. It removes the element from the specified index. If you are not mentioning any element here inside this pop, it will be automatically removing the last element from the list. Okay, so it removes the element from the specified index and also returns the element which was removed. So it can remove which element it has returned. So it has deleted. That also can be, we can see it. Okay, which element it deleted, that element number we can see it. Okay, that element value we can see. So its syntax is list name dot pop of index we need to give. Okay, so L1 is equal to, this is the list, A is equal to L1 dot pop of 1. So pop of 1 means which will be deleted, 2 will get removed. Okay, so if you print L1 without 2, everything will get printed. Okay, if you print A, if you print A, okay, we can assign which element is deleted, that we can assign to one more list also. If you are printing A, the element 2 is deleted, that also we can see with the help of this pop method. Okay, but in del method we cannot see which element we have deleted. Okay, that provision is not available in the del function or del method. Okay, if no index value is provided in pop, so if you are not giving any index value here, okay, it will be deleting automatically the last element in the list. Okay, So then the last element is deleted. That is L1 dot pop. 50 will get removed. Okay. So del removes the specified element from the list, but does not return the deleted value. Like this, it won't return the deleted value. Okay. So del of L1 comma 4. L1 of 4. L1 of 4 means what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 is getting removed. So 10 is removed now. If you print L1, it will be printing like this. Next is remove function. In case we know that the element to be deleted, not the index. So remove of 90, if you are giving L1 dot remove of 90, 90 is the element value. Okay. So we can use the remove function and 90 is getting removed. 154, 70 and 80 will be the answer. Okay. Now del with slicing. We can consider the following example. Del of L1, L1 of 2 colon 4. That means from starting location to 0, 1, 2 to 3 up to 3. So 4 and 70 will get deleted. Okay. So if you are printing L1, 1, 5 and 80 alone will get there, and 4 and 70 will be removed because of this del with slicing. Okay. Del L1 of 2 colon 4 you need to give. Previously and all L1 dot pop, L1 dot del of index value we have passed, but here del L1 of index, starting index and the ending index we need to give. So we'll remove second and third element from the list, as we know that slice selects all the elements up to second index but not the second index element. Okay, that is all the elements up to fourth index but not the fourth index element. So fourth element will remain in the list. See here, printing mistake, it will be including fourth index but not the fourth index element. So fourth element will remain in the list, that is this 80 will be there in the list. Now if you are assigning one L5 of 1 colon 2 as empty, it will delete the slice. Okay, print L5. Okay, 1 colon 2, whatever was available previously, that was removed there. Okay, not all the methods modify the list after deletions. All the methods whatever we have studied, remove, del and pop, everything will modify the list after the deletions. If an out of range index is provided with del and pop, okay, the code will result into runtime error. Out of range index means what? If elements list is having only 4 elements, if we are giving 5 or 6 like that in pop and del function, it will be giving runtime error. Del can be used with negative index value also. We can use delete function with negative index value also. We can mention negative index value, based on that we can delete the element from the last location also. Next, other functions and methods we will see in the next video.